Um, so for anybody that has never used Hangouts before, there is a chat option. So if you need to mute yourself for some reason or whatever, just click on the blue chat box and you can type like questions or comments or just any sort of nonsense in there. Write something and distract me and throw me off topic, please. Thank you. Um, so yesterday I did a hangout with a couple people. Caitlin jumped on and basically we just talked about signing distributors, but also like about timing and right now. That's why I posted that video right after because I was just like feeling like I had a huge wake up call with what time of year we are in right now. So if I, for anybody that didn't watch it, basically just the fact that signing people right now and having distributors start right now is going to be most beneficial for their business, but also for your business, because as we all know, busy season starts in January. Anybody that was part of busy season last year knows that because you felt the effects of busy season. Most of you had at least one promotion that during that time, and definitely an increase in people wanting to commit to themselves with health, weight loss, financial, whatever. So I think that everybody can agree that January to about like end of April, May is the busiest time for our business. So signing people right now just makes sense because we know that once busy season comes, their business is going to flourish. But right now, if they when they sign, they're going to be so focused on getting that Ruby bonus, where their final month of getting the Ruby bonus is in January. So that's going to be most beneficial for them because they're going to spend the next month and a half planting seeds, really working hard, signing their own customers, their own distributors. And then once busy season comes, it'll just help them boost themselves to Ruby basically, because they'll have busy season on their side. So, you know, explain it like that to them if you have people on the fence and they're thinking about waiting to join in January. You know, break it down for them, like be real, be honest about how busy season is, and that if they have spent the next month and a half planting seeds and basically building their following, because as we all know, it's not like the day you start posting, someone runs to you to sign up. You need to start building a following. So if they spend the next month and a half building that following, then when busy season does start, they'll have people that are ready to join them and ready to sign up, and it'll help them complete and get their Ruby bonus. So that's basically like one of the big things that we talked about yesterday. And also about, sorry, I'm like having distractions galore right now.
In the bathroom.
So one thing that I want, like, I guess mainly Caitlin, Paula, and Becky, is to kind of touch on what focusing right now on who your leaders are and running with your leaders can do for your business once busy season comes. Because we've all promoted to diamond or above from busy season. And I think that we can all say that we can definitely attribute part of that to working with our leaders and running with leaders, walking with walkers, and letting the ones that aren't ready for it yet kind of go at their pace. So, does anybody have anything specific to say about that first? Like any tips, advice, whatever you have to say about recognizing your leaders and maybe something you did specifically once busy season started hitting? I can go first. Me personally, I had joined in March, and Caitlin was the first distributor that I signed up myself. And I knew from the beginning that she was driven, gung-ho, like I knew her goals and everything. She was active in posting, she was signing up people, she was doing parties. So that was immediately, to me, I recognize that as a leader. So if you have someone on your team that is doing all those things, regardless of where they are on your charts, latch on to them, because you want that sort of personality and that sort of drive to be in someone that's going to hold a position of leadership on your team. Because trust me when I say, when you reach a higher level, you need layered leadership, because you will not be able to continue being successful or growing without it. You cannot run, Megan Hazen could not run a presidential business without layered leadership underneath of her. It just wouldn't happen. So latching on to those leaders early on, even if right now some of those leaders are at distributor rank, latch onto them, because who knows, they could be your diamond, they could be your emerald for your diamond, they could be your triple for when you go presidential. You just never know what that person's capable of. So definitely, I think one of the things that we all can do is step away from just the charting and where we would ideally maybe want our leaders to be, and look at who is actually working and who is actually putting in the effort and producing. So they don't have to be maybe a top and roller, but you can recognize leadership assets of people that maybe just need a little bit of extra help and a little extra push. I know probably Caitlin, Paula, Becky, you guys probably have something to say about that.
That was what I was going to say, so now I have to rethink. Let's see.
Was there anything that, like, specifically in, because I know that sometimes catching leadership is a hard thing to, like, to see and to look at, so is there something maybe one of you guys looked at specifically to find who your leaders were?
Well, I can touch on that a little bit, because in the last couple months, I mean, we've all known that people have fallen off a little bit, especially some of our bigger leaders that we thought were going to be leaders. They have fallen off, and there's people underneath them that are going to be stragglers, and I've latched onto a few that their leaders have disappeared, and I've latched onto a few, and they have big goals and they have big dreams, and you know, you just want to make sure that you know what their goals and dreams are and run with them, because like you said, you never know. It doesn't matter where they are on your chart. They could be 8 levels down and they could be your next diamond. So I definitely agree with that, and because I've been latching on to a few that their leaders just kind of, we lost them in the slow season. So
yeah, and one thing with that is that just because their leader maybe, or maybe their sponsor or whatever, has stopped working, doesn't mean that they're not interested in this business anymore. You know, all of us signed up for a reason, and all of them signed up for a reason. And chances are it wasn't for their sponsor, and chances are it wasn't to make their sponsor rich. It was probably for themselves and to do something for themselves. So even if their sponsor has quit, you still need to reach out to them, because, and that just shows great leadership in you. You're not stepping on anyone's toes. You're just showing them, hey, I know that your sponsor maybe isn't active right now, and I'm here for you. And that right there could probably keep them in the business. You never know. And I had another good point. I just forgot it.
Just reach down into your charts and keep looking for those people that have big goals and dreams, and the ones that are still posting every day and trying really hard, and work with them.
I remember.
I'll mute myself again. Is it really loud, the road noise?
No, it's not too bad. It was just distracting. Okay. I thought process in the beginning, but you're good now.
Okay.
Another thing about that is that, not saying that you should help build a leader that, or a sponsor that isn't working anymore, but if you latched on to someone in their downline and you're helping them reach their goals because they didn't give up because their sponsor did, you know, that might inspire their sponsor to come back and be like, wow, like, I pieced out, my bad, but thank you for picking up the slack. I'm ready to run now. You never know what's going to be that thing that brings someone back to reality and to the potential with this business. So even though maybe they're, someone on their downline has built themselves to Ruby, even though they've been gone, they can still log into their eSuite and see what the volume is. Their volume's growing. They've got a team that's building, and that would inspire me to come back if I was a person that had stepped away from my business. So I think that's definitely a big thing that we can all be doing, like Caitlin said, especially in this time where a lot of people have quit or maybe just like stopped posting or whatever, and to just be recognizing, still posting, still booking events or reaching out. And, it's not always going to be those people that are super active in group chats, that are super active on Diamond Dreams. Some people just don't get connected in that sort of way. And that's okay. You have to find a way that works for them. So just because someone isn't, there's different types of people. And, some people will come to you every time they book a party or book an event or have a one-on-one. And then there's going to be those people that do all those things and don't even tell you. So you don't even know what they're doing. So that's why having that communication open is really important.
Yeah, I definitely keep up with downline activity too to see who's enrolling and everything. If they're not active in the group chats and stuff, but they're still enrolling people, I definitely still reach out and talk to them and everything. So downline activity, definitely something to keep track of all the time.
Yeah, and our group chats are great, and our team page is great. Diamond Dreams is great, but there's nothing like one-on-one communication with someone, because I guarantee even if someone is enrolling, they have one aspect of their business that they're not feeling confident about, or they have a question about something. You never know, and it just might take you starting that conversation with them to clear up maybe just a simple question they've been having, or maybe it's an insecurity they've been having about their business, or just to bounce ideas off of with them. So yeah, that's a really good point too. That just to check and keep track of your downline and see who's enrolling and stuff, not just who's in constant communication.
Yeah. I would say too, like the personal aspect of it, like reaching out to someone, and I know a lot of people on our team are going through a lot of things right now, and letting them know that you're there and that they have a purpose and that you're keeping in contact with them because you care about them is going to give them purpose and strength to keep going. If someone doesn't reach out to someone and just expects them to just take care of them themselves, it's so much easier to walk away. And it's so much easier to fall off if you're not keeping up with that relationship aspect besides just your business.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. There's been a couple times where, even like recently, I messaged someone because there was just something about their posting that made me feel like something was going on with them. And so I just messaged them and said, hey, is everything okay? And she ended up like unloading on me a whole bunch of stuff that was going on personally for her. And she was like, I haven't even had many of my friends ask me if anything's okay. Like that means a lot to me that you noticed that something was different and that you reached out to me. And having that personal connection, like Paula said, is sometimes another thing that keeps people pushing and going in this business, because it's not just about them. They're here and they realize that they have a second family and a second group of people now too. Not gonna lie, there was a point in this business where I wanted to quit, and if Megan wouldn't have said to me like, no, you're not, then I probably would have considered it a little stronger, and that's being honest. So having an upline or even a sideline or something to kind of check you back to reality and be like, no, a reminder, like, this is what you started this for, this is why you're here. Let's move away from like the personal issues, let's separate them and work on them. And that can keep people in this business too. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think something that I did that was really helpful too is we started a chat just with the people that were pushing really hard to promote. So everybody last year during busy season that was planning on promoting or whatever, and like when I was planning to go diamond and everything, we all got together and everybody had the same goal in mind, and just having that separate chat away from it with everybody that was going to be in a chip position, I think that was really helpful just because we all are kind of in the same boat together of trying to promote. And I think it really helped us inspire each other. So there were days when I was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. And then someone would be like, oh, I just had this great conversation with my downline. And I think that was really helpful for us.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that just goes with like, again, figuring out who your runners are and figuring out who is ready for those types of promotions, and not saying that someone that isn't claiming themselves as a runner isn't ready for it, because sometimes those will be your people that will end up running, or ones that don't even realize they're ready. But again, that's why it's super important to keep working with your walkers and sprinting with your sprinters, because then they might realize that, oh, I am ready to run in this business. Or everybody's definition of running is different, I'm sure. So just think that you running is sprinting to diamond in 30 days, whereas theirs is going ruby in 2 months, which is still considered, I would say, running, but they don't even realize that. So I think that's a really good point. It's just being connected with the people that are even sidelines too, that are at the same wavelength as you, if that makes sense. So if there's a sideline that you're in communication with a lot that isn't really they're like, you're ready to run and push towards your goals, and you want someone that's gonna hype you up when you're feeling down, like Becky said, then you got to find someone like that. Because if you only have a sideline that you're talking to that whenever you have a down moment, they kind of bring it down further, that's not going to help you flourish, and that's not going to help you keep running towards your goals either. So definitely connect with someone that is in the same mindset of their goals and dreams as yours too. Yeah.
I would say too, don't rely on someone in your team to get your goals. If someone in your downline is telling you oh, I've had such a crappy time getting this promotion or something, don't I don't know what the word I want to use, but if you're pushing for a promotion, you need to be pushing for your promotion. You shouldn't be relying on your runners to run for you. We also need to be working our business and not just rely on someone else's work to get us there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's way more fun when you're running with your runners anyway, because then you can feed off of each other and share different successes that you've had together versus just individually. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about maybe or is there anything that anybody has thoughts, concerns, questions first before I kind of go off on another thing? Anything random that has crossed your mind within these last little bit here? No? Okay. So I kind of want to just talk about signing distributors, maybe some tips and stuff, because I know that obviously for all of us to reach our goals, like Paula said, we can't just have rock stars signing on our team. We need to be rock stars itself and enrolling also, because you want to have you want to be the enroller on a lot of people on your team, because that's going to help. That's going to help you build your business. It's going to build an excitement in you when you're enrolling yourself, and it's just going to change the way you look at your business. So just any random distributor signing tips that you might have, things that you do that have maybe. Oh, hey, Erica.
Oh, hey.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Can't see your pretty face, but that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, so just basically what I want to talk about, just any distributor signing tips, because not only just for our benefit, but things that we can kind of bounce off of each other right now, we can then bring to our downline and kind of give tips, because like I said, layered leadership is the only way that we can have great success, because we keep working. Sorry, Erica, I'm just going to mute you real quick, girl. Oh.
You work that treadmill.
Yeah, right?
Well, Tessa, do you want me to share my tip that I shared yesterday about signing Erica?
Yes.
Well, Lindsay, at your launch party, I don't know if you remember when Erica was going to sign, and I was like, no, you need to sign right now.
Yeah,
because
I'll think about it, and Caitlin was like, no, you're signing right now.
Well, I mean, this is the time, like you said, this is the time to build up your clientele, build up your following, build up, talking to people, and then the first of the year when everyone's thinking about getting in shape and I want to make more money this year or whatever, then to be ready, for the busy season by planting those seeds now. So, I mean, that's how I convinced Erica last year. But, Lindsay, you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you were a distributor for 3 days.
Yep.
And I think that another thing about that's a really good tip to take away from that is that it's okay to be confident and not stern, but just confident in the fact that you know that this is the best time for them. Because Caitlin could have very easily been like, you know what, Erica, you're right. You should wait till the new year. I'll just step away from this. But she didn't. She was confident that right now was the best time to sign. And, I think you'd be silly if you didn't. And I'm ready to run with you. And then she did. So I think being confident in your business and being confident in the timing of this and that what we have to offer right now is really truly the best time for them because of this bonus, because of the timing and everything, then that right there, people are going to trust you more if you feel confident. If you don't feel confident and if you're, maybe you're right, then chances are she probably wouldn't have even signed in January, if I'm being honest, because the more time you give someone to think about it and get, their reactions from other people and they're going to find other things that are going to float out of their mind out of this. So capture them and the peak interest and be confident in what we have, It Works has to offer them. So I think that's a good thing to take away from that too.
I would say too, go into a one-on-one, you're signing that person today. Don't even let the idea of, oh, we're just going to meet and talk about this business even hit your mind. You're going to this one-on-one and you're going to sign this person. She's ready to go or else she wouldn't be meeting with you, and then go from there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's all about, I honestly feel like a huge percentage of this business and enrolling is confidence, because if you, exactly like you said, if you're walking into that meeting already thinking, oh, she just wants to meet me, she's not really serious about this, she's not going to be. I think it was, Caitlin, the call, wait, did you guys listen to the call last week, Diamonds, with Cammie? Who was it? There was some call.
Half of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Pam was talking about the ambassador that she talked to after Dash and how she was saying that she was just enrolling crap distributors that were joining and doing nothing.
Yeah.
And Pam said to her, I'm talking about the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pam said to her, well, what kind of distributor are you right now? And she was like, that's why you're enrolling those types of people. Because she wasn't even doing anything. She wasn't excited about her business. She wasn't, being active and everything like that. So the people she was enrolling were doing the same thing as her. And that's when she realized, okay, I need to be the distributor that I want to sign.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was it was a big aha moment for me when we were on that call last week, because it's so true that it's so easy to get, caught up in the, in I just need to sign people, whatever, because of this. But once you lose the passion, oh my gosh, this needs to stop going up. I'm not. Once you lose the passion and the focus to help people, then they're not going to be focused. If you're not focusing on getting their launch party done within their first 2 weeks, why are they going to be focused on doing that? If you're not going to be focused on helping them get those 4 loyal customers in those 30 days, then why are they going to be focused on that? So we definitely want to, portray the type of leadership and the type of distributor that we want them to be as the type of one that we are. That was my little aha from that.
I think it was Jade Hooper that said that her business changed when she started treating one-on-ones like an interview versus just signing. If you go into the business and you want to know why they would join you, why are they working towards this, not just, oh, I'm gonna sign up because you bullied me into it. They have to. It's better to sign 2 rock stars that are going to be awesome than 20 people that are just going to sign up and then not do anything.
Yeah.
So kind of focusing more on quality versus quantity, I guess.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I think that like the interview type aspect that she meant was basically just like, don't just sign people because they say, oh, I'm ready to go to your site and join. You know, like
Right.
have a conversation with them before that. Start building a relationship with them, and like you said, find out why they want to do it. So for example, and she probably is going to watch this, but the girl that I signed from Instagram last week, I have no idea who she is. We met on Instagram, and I could have, you know, I gave her the steps to go to my site to join, but I made sure to ask her, like, you know, so like, what are you interested in? She was like, oh, I'm super interested in help. You've inspired me to want to be a stay-at-home mom one day, blah, blah, blah. So now I know why she's doing this. I don't just know her as some random girl from Instagram. You know, like, we have to build connections with these people, and especially with ones we meet through social media, because you're really not going to get much face-to-face contact. Like, I probably will only meet this girl, like, if she comes to conference in a year and a half, or a year and 2 months, you know what I mean? Or a green carpet next year. So, we did like a Google Hangout, and I invited her on that. So, if you are like signing people that are near you, get on like a video chat with them, learn about them, and even if they are near you, have a meeting in person and get to know them and stuff. Set up their launch party. I have a launch party for a girl on Friday that lives in Holland, and I have no idea who she is, but she said she's excited to meet me, so I'm excited about that. But I think that like building that face-to-face contact and connection is so important, because it ties back to so much. And like Paula said, having like that aspect of that, you want quality people on your team, not just quantity of people on your team. And I think also that kind of relates to like Eric War's video, the Recruit 20 in 30 days, because he kind of breaks it down on like how many people are actually going to stay in your organization within 3 months, 6 months, and a year. You know, it decreases so much based on the number you're signing. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know.
It is.
But quality over quantity. Amen, sister. I kind of lost where my head was on that. Signing distributors tips. I think like one thing that we talked about yesterday, which I'm sure we all know this, but it's always a good refresher. You bring about what you think about. If you want to sign distributors, you need to think about signing distributors, message about signing distributors, post about just being a distributor and how it's changed your life and everything like that. Because that's what you're going to bring about. Just like I said yesterday, if you find that you post a lot about ThermoFit and greens, for example, chances are most of your customers are probably purchasing ThermoFit and greens. If you don't ever post about Relief, which I think I've posted about Relief like twice, no joke. I only have one customer that's ever purchased Relief for me. You know, so like that right there just kind of shows, and I'm sure that you all can probably agree to that, what you post about is what you sign people that are order. So if you want to sign distributors, post about signing distributors, message people about distributor. And another thing that we talked about yesterday was about not being afraid to message someone about the potential of being a distributor. If you're afraid to message them, word it in a compliment, because no one's going to get offended by a compliment. Like, I think I said this in the video yesterday. If you message someone and say, you know, I just think that you're so great at this business. You're super outgoing, you know, you have a lot of friends, whatever reason you think they would be great at your business. But actually have a reason. If you tell someone that and they like ignore you and don't say anything, okay, great, whatever. But chances are they're not going to be offended by a compliment. So for people that I might not really have a super tight relationship with that I'm presenting this business to, I always try and compliment them on some part of their life. So if I notice on Facebook that they're like super positive and they post about their kid a lot, blah, 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 I don't know. Just saying a compliment to someone is not going to make them offended. So definitely don't judge who you should and shouldn't message about becoming a distributor, because I'm sure that everyone that has signed a distributor can say that they've signed someone that they didn't expect would join them. I know I definitely can.
Yep.
Yeah. just from messaging too. Like someone that I never would have thought would have joined me or been interested. And all because I sent out that message. Oh, actually I have been seeing your post and I've been thinking about it. Does anybody else have any like tips on? Sorry, this is my leg. That's kind of weird. Does anybody have any other tips on?
I think too, like the way I go in with my mindset is don't think of it as you're pushing something on someone. Think of it as you're offering them an opportunity. Like, if you go into it with the mindset of, oh my god, I'm bothering this person's going to think I'm a jerk, like, they're going to think I'm forcing them to make myself money, then you're going to come off that way. If you come off with, hey, I have this opportunity for you, I think you'd be great at it, like you said, a compliment, this is going to help you stay home with your baby that I see you posting about all the time, like, let's work with this, keep it positive, they're going to take it in a positive way. So if you go in there nervous and thinking that they're going to react nasty, I'm going to offend somebody, then you're probably going to get that response.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Anyone else? I just have like one more thing I want to talk about. No. So something that it was posted in like one of these groups that I'm in, and I wanted to share it. It was all about color personalities, and I'm sure we all know like our color personality. If you don't, then you should take a test and figure it out, because it's actually really cool to like know kind of how your brain works without even realizing that's how your brain works. But there's 4 different ones: green, yellow, red, and blue. Red is very money-driven, results-driven. Blue's like more fun, exciting kind of stuff. Yellow's a very emotionally driven, with like friendships and basically. And then wait, what one didn't I say? Green? Oh, green is like, right? I don't know, whatever. Green is very like organizational, charts and all that kind of stuff. And I think that having yourself do this if you haven't, and also having your leaders do it, is really beneficial, because then you can kind of see what type of leadership you have within your team, because then you're going to be able to kind of define how they work the best, mm-hmm. and how they receive things the best, and what maybe like motivates them, or what kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Motivates, or
yeah, but motivates, and just like kind of, I don't even know how to say it, but just what you can do as their leader to help them be the best leader they can be by knowing how they work the best. So, for example, if you have a blue personality, they're going to be really focused on like the friendships and stuff, and they're probably going to have a team that's like very friendship oriented, which is awesome. So you're going to want to focus on that with them, but then you're also going to want to help them with the different aspects of the other color personalities, because the only way that you can like really be a really well-rounded leader is by having like little facets of all the colors built into you. That's what I personally believe anyway, because then you can work with a wide range of people, and you can relate to a wide range of people, which this business is all about people, let's be honest. So where was I going with? So definitely I think that you should have, like, recognize a few leaders on your team, and if you don't know kind of like what their color personality is, and I can even post this in like in our team page and kind of ask everybody to do it and post like their results, so we can kind of see too. Maybe that'll be like a good way to go about it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, just so we can kind of see like who are the different color personalities, because that might even help you like identify someone that is very like green and organizational, and you didn't even realize it, and you can help them in that way. Yeah. So for example, myself, I'm mostly green, and like charts and nonsense help me feel like I've help my business and help it understand it to me. So something I track is volume. So I don't know if as a leader that's important to you, but to me it is, because I'm a green. So if you aren't keeping track of volumes within yourself and within your team, then maybe that's something you can do. I know that Caitlin tracks volume also, because we learned in October how Megan tracks her volume, and obviously flash out of that, because clearly something's working for homegirl. So that has helped me personally, because I am able to see month to month whose volume is increasing, whose volume is decreasing, where in their volume it may be decreasing, and it's just a good tool to use as a leader, so you can work with those people that are also green-minded or red-minded and focused on those aspects, and talk to them about, hey, like, I noticed this in your business. Are you noticing it also? If that makes sense at all. Caitlin, do you have like anything to add on that? Because I know that it's helped you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I've been keeping track of volume since last year, October green carpet.
Yeah.
And Megan's just crazy with her spreadsheets. I mean, I don't do that many.
Yeah, no.
But, I mean, like I said, I definitely, yeah. But, I mean, I do keep track of downline activity and enrollments and volume, and it really does help to see where your business is booming and where it might need a little bit, you know, like you have people working, they have big goals, but their volume's dropping, so something's wrong there. So that's when you know that you need to, like, talk to them and get them pushing more than what they are. So it definitely just makes you see your whole business and how it's going.
Definitely, and even tracking for yourself too, like, like she said, to know where you're seeing declines in your business, you now can recognize quickly, hey, this might be a place where I need to focus more attention, and it can help maybe prevent it from getting to a place where it's not able to be saved, if that makes sense. Not saying that, you know, if a couple people have completely dropped off, that it's gone forever, but it's just a really good tool, because you can see, okay, this month this is where it was at, this month this is where it's at. I need to see where it's happening and talk to them and kind of find out, like, you know, are they going through something personally? Have they go check their page? Have they been posting a lot? Has their team been actively enrolling? Are they reaching out to their team still? So that's something personally that I've used, and that Caitlin, I know, has used, to kind of have an oversight on our business at all times. Does anyone else have anything that they use to help them manage maybe an aspect of their business with, you know, keep it who they should be, you know, spending more time with, or whatever? Just because we all are different color personalities, and what works for me is not going to work for one of you maybe. So I know that it's beneficial to learn from each other so we can help each other. Anyone? Help me, I want to be more colors than just green. No.
Well,
I
for
really
me,
want to make a chart that's as big as my wall.
Yes.
That's what I really want to do, but
That sounds amazing.
I don't know how to go about doing it. I am going to do a big chalkboard on my wall, like framed out with molding,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can put my chart in there.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually.
Huge. But
Anybody have any questions about, like, the tracking and stuff? Because I know that, like, that's kind of it was a foreign thing to me when Megan and Danielle first started talking about it. So does anybody have any questions, like, about what I do with it, what I look at, how I pull those numbers? I'm just gonna keep making a fish face till somebody asks the question. Okay. Well, that just goes along with, like, looking at reports and all that nonsense, and seeing what's active in your downline. But I think that was, like, kind of all I wanted to talk about. Was basically just a little bit of, you know, really diving into taking ownership of yourself as a leader, kind of, regardless of what point you're at. I always say, if you have one person under you, I don't care how many, you are a leader. And the only thing that is holding you back from becoming an even bigger leader with more people on your team is yourself. So pour into the people on your team that are working and start working more with them. You know, look at that downline activity, like Caitlin said, and start really looking at who is working, who is enrolling. Pull up your team and, someday in your eSuite and go through their Facebook and see, who's posting the most, or, maybe you'll recognize once you do this that someone is only posting ads. A couple weeks ago, I went through and did this, pulled up some people that I, were within my team and started looking at their Facebook pages. Noticed one person, the only thing they were posting was like really extensive ads, like straight up ads. And so I messaged them about it. And the part of being a leader is you got to have some hard conversations too. Like, do you really think I wanted to message someone and be like, hi, we need to work on your posting? No. So you got to be like, hey, you're doing an awesome job posting. I love that you're being super consistent with it, but like, let's work on like being more personal. Let's work on like putting some selfies out there with you using your product. So be positive about it and give them some ideas. Don't just like cut them down and say, yo, you're putting out ads. So another little thing, being a leader is hard. It sucks sometimes. And you got to have those hard conversations. That was another tangent. But yeah, so look at those things and kind of recognize who your leaders are and start talking to them more, start diving into them more. Like I said, it doesn't matter where they are in your downline or where they fall in your chart or if their sponsor is still active. They still deserve your attention if they're serious about their business and if they're trying, because would you rather have an entire leg fall off, or would you rather have maybe 2 or 3 people that still stuck around because they saw the vision, blossom and grow with it, and have huge success? Just because their sponsor dropped off, it doesn't matter. And like Paula said, start building those personal relationships too. So you have a connection with them other than just talking about business and just talking about it works and what's going on in their business. You want to also be part of their life, like Bonnie and her little baby. But so yeah, I hope this like helped a little bit leadership wise. We're all growing and learning. Nobody's perfect, and we all have things that we need to work on and grow from, and the only way that we can do that is by learning from each other. So I think that like having these conversations and stuff are super helpful because, like I said, everyone has something to offer and to bring to the plate as a leader. So I need you all. That's all. Anyone else have any like thoughts, tips, questions, things they want to say? No? Lindsay, I know that was your laugh.
Oh, it cracks me up.
Yep, I heard you. If anybody's looking for a really good show to watch, the show Scandal is really addictive.
Love it.
All right. Well, if anyone doesn't have anything else, we can call us a wrap. It did record.
Yay!
Yeah, I hit start. Go me. Do we think that like we should do this more often? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Shoo. Thanks for joining in, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Wish we were together.
Thank you.
I wish I
right.
wasn't in my bathroom.
I'm going to...
You're in the bathroom?
It's for
You
all.
shower? This is my shower.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to post in our team page about the color personalities, and check it, like make sure, sorry, this is another last quick thing. If you see anything that like you really want your team to see, and you're like only if you're tagging your leaders and like maybe they didn't see it and tag someone, or if there's someone specific that you want to see it, go and tag them. So with this, make sure that like you're tagging people so they'll see it, but also like reaching out to them like, hey, did you do the color personality test? Ask people, because some people don't follow it. We really want to know what kind of colors we have within our leaders and even anybody on our team, so we can kind of help them the most.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll post that.
Are you gonna post the really good color personality test that Megan had us do in her group challenge last year?
Yeah, I love that one.
That one I feel is like the most accurate.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but I don't know if I have the link.
I'll try and find it too.
Yeah, I think I posted Yeah, we'll find it. Push it. Okay. Everyone have a wonderful night.
You too.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.